Welcome to the channel, everybody. Level 'em Diecast Tomica. Picked up some new old Tomica for the collection. Been a little bit since I've gotten some Tomica. These have some original decals back here. They're probably from the original store they were purchased from at some point in time. This is number one, the Hino Grand View Bus. Go through these. No particular order. We're just going to roll through these. Nothing particularly fancy is the order detail. But I haven't had any Tomica for quite some time, so nice to get some new, older ones. These are all older releases. Nothing particularly fancy with this. Just a bus. It is printed on there, though. Looks good. It says Hino Grandview. Of course, it uses all the typical old school wheels. 4970 right there on the plate, embossed. And then there is your details. Japan base on this one. Scale 154, it says. So we'll put these guys out there on display. Here we go. All right, next one up. This one is the Nissan Diesel dump truck. This is number 16. So get this guy cracked out of there. There it is right there. This is all metal. So metal dump. Even the little flap on the back here is metal as well. Of course, it does dump just like you'd expect it to do. A little bit of red plastic in there to help with some friction to keep it held up. Does have a amber window in there. Looks pretty good. There is the details on the front. It is pretty shiny. Looks pretty good. Little details on the plate in the front there. It says Nissan, which was pretty nice. And then there is your base details. Just says Nissan Diesel. Scale 102. I do like this one. I like the trucks. I like trucks and stuff like that. And of course, that little flapper on the end there is pretty nice as well. We'll crack this guy over there. There we go. Next one up. This one is the Mitubishi Fuso animal carrier with some pandas in it. Number 76. Not a huge fan of these particular ones. This one still has the plastic wrap on it, which is kind of nice. So not too common with that. We'll throw the bag in there. Put our box over there. So there is the Mitubishi Fuso. Again, not a huge fan of the animal carriers. This one's pretty plain. There's no interior in there either. So this one is a little bit more budgeted, I guess you can say. So, 1176 on the plate. Just a Fuso on there. The Mitsubishi symbol, but it's pretty heavily painted up. And then there is, of course, the pandas on the back. You can take the top off if you want to. The top is a little bit precarious, but you can take it off. There you go. Give you a better look at the couple of pandas in there. Those are, of course, giant pandas. Really big pandas, but at least they're got some deco to them. They look decent. So let's see if I can get this back on there real quick. There we go. Got to be a little bit gentle with that plastic. That old school plastic is a little bit rough. Number 97, the Croan H Truck. Hot Wheels did one of these recently, just a little bit ago for premium. This one in red. Get this guy out of there. Number 97. There is the H Truck. Just says honey. Just my favorite stuff. This one does have some suspension, which is kind of nice. There is a little bit of an interior in there. There's a grill detail in there as well. 5075 is the embossment. There's no... there is opening features. Look at that. Right when I was about to be like, there's nothing that opens. There is the details down in there. Just open up. Nothing in there. No cargo. No nothing like that. But the doors overlap. It looks decent. And then there is your base. 1979, made in Japan. No, that one is not from 1979. The casting is from 1979. That was a 1979. It would be a black box. Exploratory Bus. This came with the lot. Not particularly a super fan of this one. Number 26. This is more of a fantasy casting, which, you know, Tomica's been pretty good with keeping the fantasy castings out of the main line. They pretty much make those all separate. It does come with a sticker sheet, so you can add stickers to it. It tells you where to put the stickers at. So pretty nice that it still has stickers with it. A couple of eyes there. I would never, ever, ever put these stickers on the model, but it does come with it, which is actually pretty impressive that the stickers were never put on it, and they are still in there. They're still available should you want to use them. Get that to pop in there a little bit. There we go. There you go over there. There is the exploratory bus. Of course, you would add the eyes to the front here. There's some whiskers. You put some up here as well. Doesn't look all that great. There is there's seating in there, so those are seats. So basically, this would be like a bus that would take you on a tour of like a wildlife park or whatever, and they would show you around, and you could see the wildlife and stuff without being mauled to death. Brown base on this one. It has a China base, so a little bit later production, 1991 on that particular casting. That one's not particularly that great. It's not bad, but it's not that great. All right, Honda CB 750F, scale 134, says number 42. I do not have very many motorcycles in my Tomica collection, although hopefully that'll change someday. You just don't really come across them all that often. They didn't do all that many motorcycles, I feel like, until the last 20 years or so. But like 2000s and stuff like that. But could be wrong. I'm not a Tomica expert. I will admit that right out the gate. So we'll put our box for our 750F. This one already has stickers pre-applied. It says Honda on the side, which looks really, really good. Some gold 3-spoke wheels. I do like that look. Those are rubber tires, which is really nice. Does steer. And then, of course, that fairing is all separate. It's a plastic piece. The engine and the body are two separate pieces of metal. They look very, very good together. Does have an integrated kickstand right there, so the bike will stand up on its own. A couple of exhausts out the back, but that one's pretty nice. Honda there on the front part as well. That is super, super cool. Some of the current ones, so see, stands up just on his own. Some of the current ones will provide a driver with them, but clearly that guy didn't come with a driver. RollsRoyce Phantom 6, number 86. This one is super, super cool, super elegant. Cracking this guy there. Just come with the plastic bag as well. In case you guys are ever wondering, I don't really do loose Tomica. I got to have the box, and the boxes don't have to be perfect, but my collection, I'm pretty strict about just utilizing the boxes. There is our RollsRoyce Phantom. It is just black, just in black. Some chrome details there for the front. Looks good. It's got a little bit of a tint for that chrome. Looks good. And then the embossment there says MJ76, or I'm sorry, HJ76. And then this guy does have opening doors. The doors do open. Of course, it is right-hand drive. For the Japanese market, made in China. See, that is modified to make in China. Was originally made in Japan, but this particular version was made in China. Still has nice suspension on it. Looks very, very good. Barely fits in the box, by the way, which is always good. I like when they barely fit in the box because it just looks cooler, in my opinion. Let's get that centered a little bit. A little bit of my OCD. All right, here should be one that's a pretty decent one. Nissan Fairlady Z300ZX, number 15 in red. This is the Z32 Fairlady. So this one is going to be a little bit of a bigger casting just because, they got to fit it in the box. So especially when you compare it next to that like RollsRoyce, it's going to look absolutely enormous. But there is the casting. Looks pretty good. It does have some black painted details for the top there for the T-tops. There is a gray insert for the wheel or the headlight brake in there. You see the interior's tan, but there is a gray brake for those headlights. Black base on this one. This one's also China, unfortunately, but this one does have opening doors as well. They work fantastic. Open nice and giant and big. The interior is very, very plain, but at least there is a steering wheel in there, which doesn't look too shabby. No rear prints on this one, unfortunately, and 2345 for the plate embossment. You see just the little bit of the exhaust tips are part of the base, or part of the body, and then the contrast on the base for the exhaust tips. It's kind of an interesting look. I'm not a huge fan of the way that looks, but again, just suspension on that one. But it's a very big casting. Makes the bus look pretty dang small next to it. All right, Mitubishi Piro patrol car number 106, Japanese livery. I really like this casting a lot, and it does include the stickers so that you can choose your precinct area, which is super cool. I really like that they do that. Let you do whatever you want to do with it if that's what you want. If you don't want to put it on there, then you just leave it alone. You just leave it a plain Jane police car. I'll get the box cracked there. There is our Piro. Of course, it is right-hand drive. It does look relatively janky without some type of symbolism on there to indicate precinct or any of that stuff like that. I do like this casting though. It's just cool. Looks cool. It says Piro there on the front. Red lights on the top. That is a piece that's added on. And then there is the deets on the back. It says Piro with the Mitsubishi symbol. So kind of redundant there. That's pretty cool. Piro looks almost like the Piro is done with the Mitsubishi symbol in the back. But maybe that just could be PA. Who knows? There is the base deets right there. Of course, China base on this one, unfortunately, as well. 1993. It says they have opening doors as well. Interior is okay. Not super great, but it's okay. Super suspension on this, though. So I do like the super suspension. Looks pretty good. Again, looks a little bit plain without the decals on it, but definitely nothing that I'm going to throw on there. All right, Toyota Estima. This was the Toyota Primera, whatever. Here in the U.S., number 99. This was a mid-engine supercharged minivan. That is truth. This one in a red color, kind of a maroon color. See how this guy looks. It's going to be relatively skinny. I mean, obviously, it's got to fit in the box. See if maybe it'll have a moving feature of some sort. Get the box closed up. There we go. There is our Toyota, which looks pretty good. Does have a chrome piece there in the front for the headlights and the grille. Does say Estima on there. Looks decent. And then there is your deets. It's a pretty decent model. Right-hand drive on that one as well. Looks good. And then the hatch opens up in the back. Does have that extra row of seats in there. So third row of seats looks pretty good. A little bit of cargo area in the back. And then it just says Estima again. Looks pretty good. This nice color break that goes around here I think is really nice. I do like that detail. And then this one also China base. Of course, their numbers correspond to the number of the series that they're in. So that one will always be 99. If they use that casting, it'll always be number 99. I think that's a cool little way of doing things. Highway Public Company patrol car. I think this is a Gloria. Number 28. We'll find out here in a second if I'm correct or not. I feel like it's a Gloria though. Hopefully it's a Gloria, because then I feel like I got my JDM-ness in for the day. But we'll see if I'm right or wrong. Is this a Gloria? No, it is a Toyota Crown. Well, dang it. Well, there you go. Toyota Crown. Little itty-bitty chip right there. I know it seems enormous on the camera, but it's really not that big a deal to me. For what I paid for all these, it's fine. Chrome for the headlights and that grill area there, 7012 in the embossment. This one is all printed with all the print on the side there, Japanese logos and all that good stuff like that. Yellow light bar on the top looks good. Have suspension on it. No prints on the back, but it does have opening doors. So there is the opening door. Looks pretty good. For some reason they seem to like red interiors a lot. There's a lot of red interiors. That one's a relatively large casting. And then the coolest one of the entire haul, the Toyota Hilux Bigfoot, number 61. I actually had one of these not that long ago, but it was loose. And I sold it because I didn't have a box for it. And I got lucky enough to come across another one with a box. So we'll get this guy out of here. Now, clearly this guy with the Bigfoot, he uses some special wheels. Clearly this was a special edition, for Tomica for whatever reason. These nice big huge tires, they are nice and soft. They're not necessarily rubber tires, but they are soft to the touch, which looks pretty good. There is the details on the side. Says Sports number 7. All those details in the front. 9138 looks pretty good. Number 7 on the top. And then, of course, this guy has opening doors. Right-hand drive like you'd expect. A little bit more detail inside this one than the rest of them we've seen. And then you have Toyota embossed on the back. There's no suspension on this. It's just fixed. But this looks super, super cool. And then there is your base deets. China base on this one. Toyota Hilux 4-wheel drive, which is enormous. It really is a big, big casting, especially compared to pretty much everything else that we've looked at. So there you go. Just a few Tomica additions to the mix. Again, like I'm always pursuing ones with boxes. I just come across whatever I come across. This came in, it's just an older lot. It's a pretty good mix, so it's a pretty good mix. I didn't have any of these models, so I had to figure out where to slot these into the collection because most of my Tomica is relatively recent additions, but nice to get some older stuff in there. But anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know if you collect Tomica, and I do my best to bring those to the channel because we do collect those, so I'm glad I can bring some. But anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Love and take care.